All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is a quick, handy, dandy helper editor how-to on your grammar game plan, which covers 20 major grammatical errors and shows you how to fix them. In English class, you will use them in two ways. One, to leave editing feedback on your partner's paper, and two, to interpret my editing feedback left on your papers. So let's take a quick look at how this works. Here we have our writing sample from the other day, and we agreed that this passage was really good on ideas, but some of you noticed that it wasn't so good in terms of grammar, etc. So if I were going over this paper, I would mark the following things. We're going to start with my little highlighter tool here, and this one I'd mark. And then I'd leave a comment. And that comment would tell you grammar game plan number 3. Okay, looking throughout this paper, I would also highlight this part here, and then I'd leave you another comment. And this comment would say grammar game plan number 1. And then I'm going to keep going through my paper, and there was one more thing here. I'm going to highlight this sentence, and then I'm going to comment grammar game plan number 20. So you get a paperback, and it will have certain areas highlighted, and all the comment is going to say is grammar game plan and a number. And there are 20 numbers in there. What you will need to do is go to either this PowerPoint, which will be linked on our class website, or to page 274 in your book, 274, and you're going to start by looking at that number. So the very first error said it was a number 3. We'll come down here, we'll look at number 3, and number 3 says it is an incomplete or missing documentation. So you need to provide citations for borrowed words and ideas. This writer borrowed words from a famous document in the Constitution of the United States, and they did not cite it. That is not okay. So this person has a missing citation, and it tells you what the problem is, and then it tells you how to fix it. Cite sources of direct quotations and statistics. So when in doubt, cite the source. She needs to go back in and cite the Constitution of the United States. And that would fix her grammar game plan number 3. The second error was grammar game plan number 1. This is using the wrong word. The word that she used is proactive, and we can tell this is not the word that she meant because even though it wasn't flagged by her spell check, since proactive is a real word, it's a positive word, and she's talking about all the things that are wrong with female role models. So my guess is that she meant the word provocative, which means to dress revealingly, and therefore she needs to do the spell check error 1, where she has the wrong word and replacing it with the correct word for the meaning that she means. One last error, we would go down to grammar game plan number 20. Which is going to tell us that she does not have a complete sentence. This is a sentence fragment. So we know about sentences that they have to have a subject and a verb. We also know that they have to express a complete thought. This sentence does have a subject, the last time a woman ran for president of the United States. It doesn't really have a verb. It's got a kind of subordinate clause problem. It's not really finishing the idea here. So she needs to revise that sentence so that it finishes out the thought and gives it something strong. And that is what you would need to do with the grammar game plan. So here in a little bit, when you get back your first writing assignment from me, you need to look for these grammar game plans, and this is where you're going to start fixing some of the issues that are taking away from your idea.